Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the trial. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lena all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth, knowing you've already figured it out? You're the owner of this 777-7777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. We all know it's Gant's number. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this child didn't reach her verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt remains. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. At least not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Scott will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lena's hiding something. And the only way we'll know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Oh, think about it. See you in the court, right? We'll give himself time to, think about it. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lena Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Morning, folks! How's everyone doing? Hey, you been back at the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? He's gonna be silent? Lena. That is to say that the defendant has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. What if he threatened her to speak her mind? What if he did that? She want to do what? Haven't heard what she intended to say. I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. I have a feeling he's setting her up for this. What is this all about, defendant? I'd like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
Objection!
You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lena, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has significantly proven in this case testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly had the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears no further need to continue the trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. As this can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court has found the defendant.
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. That's true. Come on now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Jam. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you have me be. With the sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, huh? Not everybody operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to... I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. That made her shocked. The exposure of the truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. That's true. He has a point. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Count? Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Sky, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the rein. Decided to go for it. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lena's little sister and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember the child considered the murder of Detective Goodman is an incident that was revolved 2 years ago. Really all that relevant? Yes, most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure taking fast. Now, please testify about what happened to 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Yep, we're gonna find the truth here. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. That's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. And that's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he had no evidence. It's like Venus had that face like, do I look like a clown to you? Are you gonna pass me the certificate for clown college? Very well, defense may begin its trash examination. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on the dark, just then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year where there was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out? Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. I'm gonna have to hear more about this. So you spoke to Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about the trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think you mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor.
Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it. Huh? Was this? Yes, what is that? Hey! That's it! That's the picture I drew! Hey, they found it! Indeed. 2 men appear to be wrestling here. They're not wrestling, sir. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? The only prosecutor in charge should have the access to that. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in the case ever reached you. What? What? What in the what? Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. So he handed it to her. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor? Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth? It's possible. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. I'm so sorry. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. The blue badger? What's the blue badger doing on there? That's that thing. That thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this is act of vandalism is the work of a certain thief of detectives. I guess he was out for a scrap paper. Very well. Witness, will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in the instant. To think such a flash of lightning could bring such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows no dark about the murder prosecutor, Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. What to do with this? Okay, let's see. Oh, fourth. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture that witness drew contained a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it as just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out the contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Take that!
The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife that the man is holding. You can clearly see the tip is broken. Yeah, but I don't even have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. And it was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it is not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound on the back. If the victim was only stabbed in the once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah, what's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand? Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's true. That's right. But what does this mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times that she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was was sure she remembered correctly. But there is no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About those something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Yeah, you cannot deny that. Order, order, order! Are you saying that investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me once again to go over the event that took place on the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office and were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man was really holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This cannot have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dart's. Could there have been one? Let's see. If the witness said this is admit about accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observational error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. There's a real murder weapon.
Take that!
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon! Notice the word Prosecutor Marshall is holding. Excuse me. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all likelihood from this award. Order, order, order! Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutor that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out his knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife could have been Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything. Witness. Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? The list? The one with that picture? picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I'm trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recalled, Miss Guy? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. I'm able to save her? Nope. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye, guys.